Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for executive, the one, the only, Jimmy Dick.
Hey, Jordan. Hey, everybody. They only gave me 20 minutes. Hush and let me talk. Let's make money. Let's make money. Okay. You know, it amazes me. I've been at this game a long time, and every company I've ever been involved with and everywhere I've ever gone, I run into people all the time that seem to have a problem talking about making money. It's like it's something dirty or feel guilty. Maybe they came up in a conservative background like I did, the fundamentally religious, where it says the easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the gates of heaven. I remember a preacher telling that when I was a little boy at church. Scared the hell out of me. I've made a lot of money down through the years, and I've tried to give it all away. If you don't believe it, ask my wife. I'd be living in a pup tent. She didn't steal it from me, do stupid stuff like put it in the bank. Making money. Have you ever heard that money won't buy happiness? You ever heard that? Come on, help me out here. Yeah, we've all heard that. Well, maybe it won't, but I've been with and I've been without it. And I can tell you, if you got it, it'll give you a hell of a lot better quality of misery. It does improve the quality of your misery. I can tell you that right now. Money is a funny thing. It's not money that's evil. It's the lust and the love and the chasing of it that seems to be evil. But I can tell you it's a driver. Let's talk about primary and secondary drivers, then we're going to talk about money. You know, those people that say money's not important, I really want to talk about our crusade. I want to talk about the product. Everybody that says money's not an issue or money's not important, we shouldn't talk about money, we don't need to focus on the money, I also notice that those are people who have it. Because if they don't have it, they don't say that. You know, all of us human beings need to have a state of well-being. It's something we strive for. It's that homeostasis. It's a balance. We have to be okay. And that state of well-being is not there if you're worried about how you're going to put food on the table tomorrow. I've been there too. That state of well-being can't be there if you're worried about how you're going to get the money together to make a mortgage payment to keep from your house going into foreclosure. It's not there. If you're worried about how you're going to keep your kids in school or make the car payment or they're about to repossess it, you're not in a state of well-being. Use this analogy. A young man is in a ship, and he's shipwrecked. And he's a mariner, so he knows the seas, and he drifts up on this island. It's a small island. And he takes stock, and he realizes there's just not any food here. So he's eating bamboo strips and bugs and whatever he can find. He's there 2 weeks. He's about to starve to death. And he looks out on the sea, and there comes drifting this raft, and it gets closer and closer and closer. And he realizes there's 6 beautiful, gorgeous ladies on this raft. Scantily clad because the weather has almost stripped their clothes away. He runs over to meet them, and there's a cooler full of steaks and hamburgers. What do you think he's after? He'll kill those 6 women for those steaks. Now, once his belly's full, his needs change. He goes into secondary mode. When you get enough money that you have a state of well-being, it might not be important to you, and that's when you can become a giver of grace instead of a recipient of grace. You can plant the seed instead of eating the seed. How many of us in here, we're all good people, how many of us would really love to help the poor? You know what you got to do? Come from amongst them. You got to not be one of them first. As long as you get grace, you can't give it. You can't help the poor if you got your hand out looking for a handout. So let's talk about making money. Everybody ready? Let's make some money. What's our twofold mission? Somebody blate it out loud for me. Help people act on their promptings and provide a vehicle of financial freedom. Which one are you going to do? Really? It's not an either or. Well, I would think it was to listen to people talk down through the years. Do you lead with the product or do you lead with the opportunity? You know what I say? Yeah. That's like asking me which side of my wife I like, the right side or the left side. This is a twofold mission. Help people act on their promptings and provide a vehicle of financial freedom. Jeff come out with a great thing here. You know, the gratitude challenge. What's that doing? Are we leading with the product or are we leading with the opportunity? He says help people do a 30-day challenge and help them participate in the challenge and also invite them to help others. Isn't that doing both? So if you ever hear anybody say that again, know for sure you're listening to somebody that don't know what they're talking about. Have no idea what we're about, who we are. Who's the number one income earner in SendOutCards? Jordan Adler. Jordan Adler built a powerful, large distribution network by going out and showing people how to use our product with a gift account walkthrough. See, there's something unique about SendOutCards that no other company I've seen has. There's a natural bridge, a segue between the product and the opportunity. And I don't care whether you show somebody how to make money out of the gate or whether you show them how to make a card. They both will go to end up taking them one place or the other. So the answer to the question is, do whatever you're comfortable doing. But unlike any other company I've ever seen, if you show people our product, it'll naturally lead them to the opportunity. It'll backdoor them right in, would you agree? So if you want to lead with the product, lead with it. If you want to love the left-hand side of your spouse, love them. If you want to love the right hand, love them. But love them all the way. Both sides really what works. It's an all-in or an all-out deal. All right, I'm going to do this right here. If you want to, now let's do the second part. Build a vehicle for financial freedom. That vehicle is a residual income machine. Financial freedom is not generated by linear income. It's residual income. You can build residual income by going out here and signing up a couple of hundred customers. And those customers send cards and gifts, and you get a check every month. Agreed? But you're never going to achieve freedom doing that. You achieve freedom by building leveraged residual income. That is, you get paid for your efforts and you get paid off of the efforts of others. We want to be a billion-dollar company and take our crusade to the world. The only way we can do that is create points of distribution. They're called marketing distributors. Thousands, tens of thousands, and millions in the future who take this product to the world marketplace. The only way we can do that is build a network of independent distributors. And that's our goal. You want to achieve financial freedom, you must build the vehicle to create that leveraged residual income. And we have a building block that does that. We call this a success unit. Look up here, and it's called 2, 3, and 1. What is it? 2 customers, subscribing customers, 3 marketing distributors, and 1 CT who is you. Not, it can be you, it is you. You got to be that CT. Now, whenever you do that, all you have to do is go help those people that you brought in as marketing distributors do the same thing. Help those you sponsor become success units and teach them to do the same. I just gave you the whole comp plan. That's it. That's all we do. And we just duplicate that. Teach them, then do it again, and then again, and again, and that creates duplication. Now, I want to show you an analogy here that creates the duplication. Come on, guys, click me on. The power of duplication. If you double a penny 30 times, 30 days, the 30th day you double that penny, it's over $10 million. The first day you double the penny, it is 1 cent. Is that right? Okay, that's what I thought. 2 cents. First day you double the penny, it's 2 cents. Now, notice up here, we have 2 mathematical equations running simultaneously side by side. Over here on the timeline, that's arithmetic. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Over on the money side, it's geometric, exponentially growing the number. So what we want to do is start duplicating that penny. It's 4, and then it's 8, and then it's 16, and then it's 32, and then it's 64. Now we're going to stop here because on the timeline, we are 1/5 of the way to our target of 30. 6 days is 20% of 30. But on the money line, what do we have? 64 cents. Is that 20% of $10 million? What you're looking at is building your leveraged residual income. This is exactly how it works. And because it works like this, we have to trick you into staying around the 5 to 7 years it takes for it to mature. So we created cab bonuses and leadership bonuses, which is monopoly money. That's the funny money. 90% of us think that's the opportunity, but it's not. The opportunity is the leveraged residual. That's the only way you'll achieve financial freedom. 10 days into this, we've got $10.24. We're a third of the way there. At 20 days, we have $10,485. At the 10th day, people are starting to get some residual checks, and it's significant. They want to stick around. We have a few people at the 20th day, but nobody in this company is beyond that. We have people in this company, and everybody in this room, remember you are on the track to the 30th day. You just have to be here, stick around long enough, and keep pressing forward with the mechanics of building the business. Now, certainly as we duplicate this penny 30 times, it's $10,737,000. Let's put it in another perspective. Let's do it with duplicating success units. A success unit has how many marketing distributors? 3. So let's go get 3. Who gets 3? That's 9. And you teach them to do the same, and that's 27. Who does the same is 81, and help the 81 get 3. You can't do that. Somebody else is doing it. Right on down to the 7th level is 2,187. That's the way it grows. Now, in your wildest fantasy, that's not going to happen. 3, you can get 3. And you can help the 3 get 3, Jordan. And then you can teach them to do the same, 27. But you've lost it after that. So we have to duplicate. We have to have a system. We have to have a formula. Have you heard Cody talk about the formula? And then we got people out in the field second guessing the formula. I don't like them customers. I don't think that the CTs ought to be front line. Listen, this thing is 23 years in evolving. Over 200 years of combined MLM experience and some of the greatest minds in the industry, and you're going to second guess them? Get real. Get real. When you hear somebody doing that, you listening to a loser, turn yourself, walk away. Get real. If you won't like it, go start your own company, and then you will learn real quick what humility is. 3 marketing, yeah, you'll find out how dumb you really are then. So what we want to do is we want to start out with let's build success units. I'm going to go get my 3, but I'm going to build this and only succeed by 10%. We looked at 100%, 2,187. With 10% successful growth, I've got 218. Anybody think that's not achievable? Now, bear in mind, over the next 5, 7 to 10 years, you can put 300 up there where that 3 is. You can put 30. I'm just looking at the bare minimum here. 218. Well, let's take that to the bank and see, just looking at just the 7th level at 218 marketing distributors. Let's see what that is. Well, the minimum 7th level personal and customer volume, PCV, is $93. The minimum 7th level commission, which, by the way, is the biggest number in our pay plan, 5% on the 7th level. And I'll explain it to you later if you want me to, but trust me, it's bigger than the 30 or the 25 unlimited depth in the Eagle Coat. That's the biggest number in the pay plan. This thing is a mathematical work of genius. Wow. This is a butt-kicking stud. I ain't believing this. Let's put it together. $93, that's the average. On some people have more, some will have less, times the 218 distributors, they got $93 each, average, times the minimum of 5%, and that comes out to be $1,013.70 month after month after month after month. I got to run through this quick. I'm running out of time. Cody, I'm going to probably run over just a minute. Cody said I can go ahead. Don't y'all play the music on me. $1,013.70. Now, how much money would you need in the bank to generate that kind of money? That's a residual income stream. Don't seem like a lot? Well, let's go take it to the bank and see what we need. Well, if you could get 10%, you can't. You'd need $121,000 sitting in an interest-bearing account somewhere. You're not going to get half of that, 5% either. People tell me they can, but they can't. You're not even going to get 2.5, but if you could, you'd need $500,000 sitting somewhere in an account. More realistically, an aggressive number would be 1.25. CDs are 0.67, 0.57. 1.25 is aggressive. You understand? If you got 3 and had that grow successfully to the 7th level, 5 to 7, and time is what we don't know, out in the future, and had only 218 people on your 7th level, averaging out $93, you've created an asset that you own, that you can wield, that you can sell, that adds to your financial statement of $1 million. That's what it's worth. Now take that 3 and make it 30. Now you've created a $10 million asset. Make it to 300, now you create a $30 million asset. We haven't been around long enough for this puppy to grow up. It is the back end. Eric Worre said to me the other day, said, the reason I'm here, I've never seen a company that has a back end as powerful as this. When we say back end, we mean leveraged residual. I want to show you something. You ready for this? I'm not going to try to teach you the mechanics of the marketing plan. I want you to get the concept. We pay 7 levels deep, 5 to 30% for your use and your customers, 2% on all the distributors and their customers levels 1 through 6, and we get an incredible whopping 5%. Now, in our previous company, you remember, Jordan, we got 1/4 of 1% on levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 2% on the 6th level, and 5% on the 7th. And when you promoted to the next level, you still got 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 2, and 5. And when you promote it again, you got 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 2, and 5. What's this deal? You promote, you get a 5% pay raise, levels 1 to infinity. And it accrues. Watch. And it pays to unlimited depth. 5% to infinity. 5%. And we become an executive, and we become a senior executive. Listen, if y'all understood what I'm showing you, every seed in here would be wet. If you ain't about to pee your pants, you don't see this. Do you understand there's nothing in the MLM world ever been derived that looks like that? That's unheard of. But the problem is, that is incredible. And we got people will walk away from that to go do pookie woo. Boop, boop, and they're gone. This is what you want to focus on. And that is 5 to 7 years downrange if you're good, and 7 to 10 years if you suck. What you gonna do for the next 7 to 10 years that gives you any possible chance of walking away with $10,000 plus a month coming every month, month after month after month? Tell me what. You understand why I'm here? And a man asked me, why should I join SendOutCards? I said, 'cause I did. Fool. I did. Almost 50 years in this game, and I'm here. Eric Worre is here. Jordan Adler is here. DeMar Zimmerman is here. Tommy White and Curtis Lucy are here. This is what we're about. You don't have to understand that. You just have to be baffled by it. Say, oh my gosh. Folks, I've helped this thing evolve 23 years back through 6 companies, and SendOutCards is the culmination of 6 companies 23 years of evolution, taking down every barrier. This is the mother lode. Wow. Can I go on, Cody? All right. Don't y'all play the music. He said I could go on. Now, because it takes time for this to happen, just like it took time for that penny to become $10 million, we have to trick you into staying. And we created a thing called cab bonus and leadership bonus. You hear that? And most of you think that's what we look at when we show the opportunity. If you get in this, you get 3, you get 40, 40 unlimited debt. And then you get 9 more and you promote. And they add another 100, it's 140 unlimited debt. And then they add 15, 190 unlimited debt. Wow, you believe that? It's the carrot in front of the mule to get the mule to pull the load. Up the hill until it crests the hill, and the wagon will then run over the mule. Pull the wagon, let's get it done. Leadership and customer acquisition bonuses. That's what we pay, because behavior that's rewarded is repeated. Let me ask you something, Todd. If I told you, guaranteed you, if you'd get in this business with me, and if you work with me for 7 years and do what I ask, give me 10 hours a week, guaranteed you'd make $10,000 a month, every month residual coming in. Would you do it? No, you would not. No, you would not, because you're human. We humans all have the same basic flaw, inability to delay gratification. If the reward is too far removed from the behavior will be extinguished. Behavior that's rewarded is repeated. Behavior that's punished is repressed. Behavior that's unrewarded is extinguished. That's why people quit. Why do people leave? They lost their belief. Unrewarded. You come in this business and you become a success unit. You Q qualify and promote to senior distributor. What's Q qualify? 2 subscribing customers and $93 in personal volume. As a senior distributor, you just go out and create more success units and help them do the same, and you can promote yourself to the position of manager. As a manager, you just go out there and find some more people and help them become success units, teach them to do the same, and you promote yourself to senior manager. And that's our play plan. That's it. That's all you do. Once you get to senior manager, you just build senior managers. The truth is, all you ever do is build success units. The rest of it will happen if you just focus on the little thing. And just do it over and over and over. And we'll pay you more money every time you promote. But remember, that money is paid out once and only once when a new person comes into this business. Well, I don't know why they had to require us to get 2 customers. Because that's what we do. We gather customers, and we help other people get started gathering customers. You can't pay people to join the business. That's a Ponzi scheme. It's illegal. They'd shut us down. Don't second guess it. Don't sit out there and bitch and moan about it. Just do it. It's already worked out. It's a work of art. If you don't like it, get out. Go on. Leave us alone. And I'm serious. Don't call me whining and crying because you won't like what you hear. You're looking for a reason to quit? Call me. If you don't have a good one, I've heard them all. I'll give you one. Come on, call me. You quit this thing, you suck air for 10 more years, you'll want to commit suicide. So at every level of leadership bonus, you just get more money. That's the trick money to keep you around until the real deal happens, and I showed that to you. Now there's one more piece. We get paid to gather customers, help other people gather customers, and to train new distributors and trainers. Now this is a piece, and I've heard people out in the field, and I'm going to close with this, out in the field, griping about this. Again, this came from a previous company, and I watched 800,000 distributors become trainers. The different name, we changed the name to Protect the Innocent. This training program is a duplication of that program. And it was the driver. There's a reason it's here. It's part of the deal. It's a mathematical formula. You've heard Cody talk about the formula. And you have to have it. It's part of the driver. One day, we'll have training events at every major city, all over this country, and eventually all over the world. And distributors will go and get uniform training everywhere, and people will have an additional revenue stream to help them stick around till the mother lode happens. Now, if you're not a trainer, you're not all in. Let me tell you what I do. I talked to somebody about joining this business. Tommy, it's $640 a trip for you right now. That's what it costs to be in this deal. $640. Is that a little stretch for you? Okay, if it is, it's no problem. You can start for $295. But you got to be a trainer. And that's an additional $345. Here's my deal. We can get you started, but will you commit with me right now that as soon as I help you earn $350, you'll invest it back in your success and become a trainer? And if he says no, guess what? I'm going to tell him. I'll help you find a sponsor. And you better too. Because to do any less is to fail. If they won't make the commitment to be all in, they commit to fail. Why would you participate in somebody's failure? If you're not a trainer, be one. If you ain't going to be one, get out. Because you ain't in. All in or out of here. And if you hear people talking about, I don't like this training program, turn your butt to them, walk away. That's another naysayer, don't know what they're talking about. I know that sounds arrogant, but I'm telling you the truth, folks. You got to get attitude if you're looking for freedom. You got a multi-million-dollar business. You wouldn't go out there and hire homeless people off the street to be executives in your company. Here's your goal. Over the next 3 to 5 years, now this is insightful. You want to find 3 people that you personally sponsor that makes it to the level of executive or higher. And you've done the job. You hear me? So it's not the quantity, it's the quality of your effort. It's not how many you do, it's how well you do a few. Oh, I sponsored 386 people. So if you sponsored 386 people and nobody duplicated, what do you got? Linear income, you just well sell real estate or go out somewhere and become a mechanic, swapping time and labor for money. Leverage residual. We got the most incredible marketing comp plan married to the most unbelievable, most empowering product that's ever hit the network marketing world. We are special. We are unique. And we're on a mission. And we will, badab, baby, be $1 billion and beyond. You can either stay around and be a part of it, or you can lose your vision and get out and watch it happen without you and want to gnaw your hand off. Oh, God, I can't believe I did that. God bless y'all. Go do it.